Welcome back to another conversation from the U School. My name's Jody Ashbrook, co-founder of Elevate Higher Ed. And today I want to talk with you a little bit about how do you create a coaching culture in higher ed? How do you do that in a way that's responsible and that really focuses on the skill development of your staff? What I often find in working with teams is we either don't have a philosophy around coaching, or the philosophy that we have is focused solely on quantitative outcomes. And usually there is no overarching structure for how we're defining performance management. So first thought is for you to think about, what is your coaching culture? How do you define it? And how does it show up in the day-to-day? Do you have one? And then do you have a performance management structure that is really based off of and encourages skill development? One of the gaps that we find happening and a lot within higher ed is because we can be too focused on those quantitative outcomes, we don't take the time to develop a performance management structure or a coaching culture that's really centered around true skill development. And when you think about the conversation that we need our teams to be having with students, it is a skill-based conversation. It's not as easy as, hey, do you want to go to school? Great, I'll send you some information. And a lot of times that ends up what ends up happening in those conversations, which is why we struggle with lead conversion, which is why we struggle with how much money we're spending on marketing to generate more leads because we're not meeting our goals with the conversions that we have. So taking a step back and really looking at what kind of culture are we creating for our teams? Are we focused on true skill development for their conversations that are going to not only enhance the student experience and create different outcomes, but really meet the needs of that individual to help them feel more confident so they're having stronger conversations from that intro to the discovery to building the plan with the student? How do we help our teams do that? Do we have a process in place that supports that immediate coaching work day to day? And then how do we support that much broader, bigger process of true performance management that's not just based on numbers? So if you or your teams find yourself struggling in that space of what do we do with this and how can we make this better, there's a lot of thoughts and strategies and ideas on how we can customize that work, how we can work together so that we feel that we're creating something that's specific, not only for your institution, but for the tenure and the capacity and the resources that you and your team have. So I would love to connect with you more. Feel free to message me on LinkedIn. You can reach out to me via email. We can talk in more detail around what those first steps might be and how we can offer that support. My email is jashbrook@elevatehighered.org. And of course, you can reach out to me here on LinkedIn and we can begin that conversation. I look forward to hearing from you.